Hey everybody, it's Steven from Asian Boss. English is undoubtedly one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, but have you ever wondered which English accent is considered the funniest? It depends on whom you ask, right? For example, do Indians find the American accent funny? And if so, why? Before we hit the streets of Mumbai to find out, be sure to check out our membership site and join our exclusive community. There, you can find longer and uncensored versions of our videos, which are always released before they go live on YouTube. With you on board, we can do so many more of these interesting street interviews to bring you the most authentic insight and perspectives from Asia. So just go check out asianbus.io. Let's dive in.
Our first question for today is when you speak English, which accent do you use?
Indian accent.
Normal Indian accent.
The best
Okay.
accent.
Yeah, Indian accent. I mean, that's what we learned, like you live in India, everyone around here speaks in an Indian accent. So, but I will say, because we're so exposed to Western culture, we do kind of like assimilate maybe like a Western tone to our speaking, like subconsciously.
So, of all the English accents, which one do you find the sounds best?
Which of the accents? All of the accents. I mean Indian because it's easier to understand. Yeah.
Sounds the best. I love a British accent. I love it more, but Australian also. It looks fun to hear Australian accent a lot. American, yes, but British is much more like on the top tier. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more for the British, and also I really like the Irish accent, and I like the more thicker accents compared to the US accent and everything. Yeah.
What's the difference? Is the Indian accent too different from the American one?
A bit. I think the nuances are quite different, like compared. There's a different flow and a rhythm to it, like the way they speak it. So yeah. Ours is more neutral. It's more bland. I personally feel that, but I'm not sure what people think about it. Yeah. Yeah, but then faking, I don't think I can do that. Even though I worked in a call center briefly and I tried to speak in an American accent, but it didn't really work out for me. So
Today we want to do an experiment on how an Indian can imitate an American accent. Are you ready?
Oh my god.
I am become that. No, that's more British. Wait.
That was amazing.
I am become that. The destroyer of worlds. No, that's British. I can't do an American. I know what is an American accent. I don't know.
I can do a Taylor Swift bridge.
Please.
Yes. Oh, okay. You think I didn't see you? There were flashing lights. At least I'd had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors about my hips and thighs and my whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off of very tall somethings just to see you come running and say the one thing I've been wanting, but no.
yeah, so this line is basically from Pulp Fiction, and Samuel L. Jackson is the guy who says these lines. Yeah. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? That's all I can do. I don't know if I did it well.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you give yourself for this accent?
I'll give myself a solid 0. Yeah.
What is your overall impression of American accent?
I think it's more open, it's more out there. That's the kind of feel I get with an American accent, yeah. It's not that reserved or they're quite open, they're quite loud. Yeah, that's what I feel like, yeah.
You know the Americana movies, like the old cowboy ones? My mind just immediately goes to that.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. When I think of American accent, I think of like the South. I mean, even though like you have other, accents,
Yeah.
we are more exposed to like the
And-
New York accent and stuff.
Yeah,
But Southern is like the first thing which comes to mind. Like Alabama, Texas.
Lazy. Yeah. I mean it's very. When you listen to British English, it's very formal. It's very, crisp and classy. American English is it's very lazy. Yeah. They have much more slangs. They have. Even when I watch movies, British English, I watched the British version of The Office. Even in that, the English was just. I was like, it's a little hard for me. They used much more harder words. I don't know. We use much more simpler words. Americans use simpler words, I think.
Like they mispronounce a lot of words. Like they say water instead of water, and I just find it a little
weird.
They misspell a lot of words. It's always color is OR and stuff like that.
And like it's like a need to be different from like the way normal people speak English. Indian accent is easiest to understand. I feel like it's not like they don't like slow it down like how Americans like slow like not like they stretch out a lot of words and then it's like really like attitudey and like even the British accent it's like I don't know it's a bit like it's a little difficult to understand but like the Indian accent like so simple it's so simple to understand it's so easy.
Many people say that it is difficult for Indians to understand the American accent of English. Is that true?
Yeah, I think I've heard a lot of people struggling to understand American accent.
Okay. Why do you think it is like that? Is American accent too different from the Indian accent?
Yeah, I think the syllables are a little different because of which people don't really understand the American accent. And I think that is the main reason because in India we have, a very specific pronunciation. We are we elongate the words. We have like very sharp wordings. But in American accent, it's not so. They have a very different way of speaking, which is why I think it's a little difficult for them.
I think an easy way to understand this would be, do you watch Netflix?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do it with subtitles or without subtitles?
No, I do it with subtitles.
Not for me. I mean, I've learned English since like first grade, so I'm okay with it. I can understand everything.
Why do you think most Indians find it difficult?
I think because I think they can understand it. It's just that the words. I mean, in Hindi, you read what is written, and like it's very simple. But English has a little bit. It's a funny language. It is what it's called.
Throughout the world, American English is considered the benchmark of normal English. Do you agree?
It honestly shouldn't. Americans don't know how to speak English. They're bad at grammar. They're like really bad.
Yeah, pretty much agreed.
No. I mean,
I
there
think
are so
it's-
many different types of English world over. You can't really like put it like on a normal English. There's no normal English.
They just acquired a language and the way that they speak it. To be honest, they don't even have proper grammar in the way that they speak English. But it is considered as the benchmark because we have kept Western culture at a pedestal, and so everyone looks at them, and so we think that it's the best. But I don't really agree with that.
I mean, like the word English, I feel like it should be like, yeah, like the like Britain and stuff. Because like, I mean, English people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. Like, I mean, England, like English, that's where the name comes from, So I think England should be the benchmark, if anything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Many Americans find the English accent quite funny when we speak English, and it's quite stereotyped in their cultural, fiction thing too. What do you think about that?
That's really wrong. We don't speak that way how they imitate us. Yeah. Time to stop that. It's very stereotyped us, in a way that we nod our heads every time when we talk, but it's not that.
I've gotten used to it honestly. Like recently, they've improved a lot, but like earlier with like the Simpsons and stuff, it was bad. It was not.
Yeah, and Simpsons and like with Big Bang Theory and shows like that, it was just like, it was a bit much.
It's just how it is. I mean, that's how stereotypes work. They will stereotype every accent. If they have an Italian character, they'll have an Italian accent. Or I don't think it's just for Britain or India. I think it's for every other country except the US.